All right, it's going.
Well, I'm excited because I'm sitting here with the great Lew Tabackin, who's just returned from Bern, Switzerland.
Bern,
That's-
Bear country.
That's what you said, right? Bern?
Bear, whatever.
And actually, we tried to get a hold of you when you were in Bern and planned for a week there, but we've got you here now, and this is a return engagement for Lew because before he was with us, how many years has it been? Do you remember?
Well, it was right before the election, the George Bush Gore election.
Really? That long ago? So it's like
almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday.
Well, we had such an incredible response when you were here
So you
before.
had to be back so soon.
No, but people kept writing in and wanting you, and I wanted to tease them. So
yeah, that's cool.
we held back.
You don't want to overexpose yourself.
No, I've been over a bit exposed before, and it hurts.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have you back, and so what we brought Lew back for this time is to play strictly music of Duke Ellington. And I think that there's probably a couple saxophone players you like in the Ellington tradition. Who would those be?
Well, of course, I mean, it's Ben Webster, of course. And then there was Paul Gonsalves.
Mm-hmm.
So that was basically it. Those were his guys. Bass he had Lester, and then Duke finally got Ben Webster. And it's kind of like, it's an interesting thing because I was thinking about it because I brought in that piece he wrote for Hawkins. Now Hawkins,
What's the title of that again?
Self-Portrait of the Bean, or a Bean, I'm not quite sure. But
And Bean, where does that name come
Bean
from?
is Coleman Hawkins' nickname is Bean.
Mm-hmm. Do we know why? I mean, if
Well-
somebody called me Bean, I'd want to know why.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it wasn't derogatory or he would have been pissed off and he was a tough guy. Probably liked beans or something. But the interesting thing about it is, like, if I play Chelsea Bridge, and it evokes, has to evoke Ben Webster, there's no way to get around it unless you just want to go against the grain of it, which you can do.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing you wrote for Hawk, all of a sudden, Hawk was not exactly a part of the Ellington tradition.
Mm-hmm.
When Ellington did the album with Coleman Hawkins, it's a great album. Hawkins plays great because he's inspired. I mean,
Right.
it's a great honor for him. I think he felt that way. So he plays really great, but it's different. His playing is very abstract, and although he was one of the main influences of Ben Webster, they all came out of Hawkins. It's a totally different dynamic, and Ellington realized it. And the tune he wrote accentuated Hawkins' approach to sound.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting because it's a whole different thing, and it really highlighted it to me just a few minutes ago when you asked me to play Chelsea Bridge.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like.
Well, and I want everybody to know that your sound is truly imbued with the sound of that. And we've also got you playing some Paul Gonsalves stuff, and we play one song from the Such Sweet Thunder. I have to say that really slow, otherwise I start to spit at people. But it's called Such Sweet Thunder, and it's really Ellington's sort of tribute to Shakespeare and some of those great things. And we've got you playing a tune that Gonsalves did. It's called Circle of Force. And we're going to bring you out to play that one. Was Gonsalves an influence on you all? Because last time you were here, we had you play a million choruses on the Newport Festival thing.
Oh yeah, we played.
Diminuendo and Crescendo and Blue. So it's Gonsalves, and I'll leave you alone after this. But
Well, no, I mean I love the way he played, and I once played a jam session with him once.
No way.
With Clark Terry and Half Note, and I never forgot it because he was. You know how the half note was, the old half note?
I'm not old
Before
enough
your
to have
time,
been in the half note.
Young man. The stage was in the middle of the bar, and the bar surrounded the stage, and Paul would be playing, and he was precariously going towards the edge of the stage, and I was a nervous wreck. I knew he was going to fall,
Yeah.
and it's pretty high. You can really get hurt, even being drunk. You can get hurt. So I would be so worried. I'd kind of like try to catch him if he fell, but he had this great radar system, and he never quite fell. I got to hang out with him a little bit, which is maybe a mistake.
What, did he have you imbibing?
Well, I was imbibing, anyway in those days in my misspent youth, but it was quite interesting. But yeah, I love the way he played, he wasn't one of my main influences, but when you play diminuendo crescendo, how else are you going to play it? I mean,
Right, sure.
I have a side story of that. I did it for Faddis at the Newport Festival during the anniversary of it, or I guess it was the 50th anniversary of it. So, the first time we did it with the Carnegie Hall Band.
You know what, I don't mean to interrupt you, but we should probably let the people know that the solo he's talking about is a solo that Paul Gonsalves did at the Newport Jazz Festival with Duke Ellington's band. And he played a ton of courses.
27 courses.
He played 27 courses.
27 courses of D-flat blues. So last time I did it with Faddis at I think it was Avery Fisher Hall, Carnegie Hall Band. I think it was the two bands, Carnegie Hall and the Lincoln Center Band. I don't know if you remember.
I think I was on that, yeah.
So I get out to play, and I'm expecting to play 27 courses, so I'm pacing myself, because you can't give it all away at once, you know. So I got to about the 14, 15 courses, and he cut me off. I said, well, that's really a drag. So anyway, the last time we did it in Newport on the anniversary, I'm playing, and I'm playing, and I'm playing 27 courses, 28 courses. He was going by his watch because he still had like another 5 minutes to kill.
Right.
I must have played 40 courses at least.
That's
and
a
I
long
was,
time.
you know,
it's like 15, 20 minutes of playing the blues.
It was like really horrendous. When I got off the stage, I saw George Wayne. I said, George, it wasn't better, but it was longer.
It was longer. You did the record.
So I don't know, but it's kind of like, you know, I was talking to somebody, one of the guys in the band yesterday, about, you know, approaching playing like as a kind of a Zen experience, like, you know, coming out of the music. I like to come out of the music and then maybe take it someplace.
Yeah.
But I don't like to, when I was young, I would impose myself on the music. This is what I do, take it or leave it.
Right.
But that doesn't work, especially in a big band situation and a historical situation when you're playing music that has history.
Right.
There's a certain reverence that should be paid. You don't have to, you know, regurgitate it, whatever the right word is. But you have to respect it a certain way and come out of it. So that's the way I approach things. So it's kind of interesting. I'm glad you had me here so I can reacquaint myself with some of the things I haven't done in a while.
Yeah. Well, it's been our honor and privilege to have you this week. We want to remind everybody to join us for our Ellington concert. We call it Duke's Place because that's where we'll be living for the whole week. We also have Dwight Lennox with us, who's going to sing not only some Duke Ellington stuff, but sing some of the songs of Duke Ellington's right-hand man, Billy Strayhorn. So between that and all of the favorites that we love from Duke, from Satin Doll, there's so many Duke Ellington songs, we won't be able to do them all, but we know we'll have your favorites. So come see us Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 8 o'clock, and Sunday at 2 o'clock, and also 7:30. And there you'll get to witness the Columbus Jazz Orchestra, Lew Tabackin, one of the great tenor sax players of all time, and also Dwight Lennox. And I'll be there too.
That's right. You better be there.
Bye. Love you.